A critical day in court for the families of 9/11 victims. Earlier today, a judge heard evidence in the civil case those families brought against Saudi Arabia for their alleged involvement in the 9/11 terror attacks. The Saudi government continues to deny any involvement and is moving to have the case dismissed. Today, lawyers presented new video evidence that the families say implicates the Saudis. We first showed you these videos weeks ago when sources provided them to NewsNation. They include this video you're watching, taken by Saudi national and student Omar al-Bayoumi. He filmed videos of the U.S. Capitol, seen here in the summer of 1999. Al-Bayoumi speaks about a plan and takes note of planes and the Capitol's proximity to the airport. Inside the Capitol, he is seen filming entrances and exits as well. Al-Bayoumi also met with two of the 9/11 hijackers in California. He helped them rent an apartment in San Diego, even set up bank accounts. Al-Bayoumi says he met them by chance and was just trying to help them in this country. But in court today, lawyers presented this video of a welcome party held in Al-Bayoumi's San Diego apartment that both hijackers attended. It is very important to note that nearly 20 years ago, the 9/11 Commission report found there was no evidence Saudi Arabia provided support for the 9/11 attack, and Al-Qaeda alone was responsible. They also concluded that al-Bayoumi was not an intelligence officer, but subsequent investigations by the FBI have brought some doubt to those very findings. An FBI report declassified just last year concluded that al-Bayoumi was in fact receiving a stipend from Saudi intelligence services prior to 9/11. Joining us now is Brett Eagleson. He is the president of 9/11 Justice. He lost his father in the attacks. Brett, it's great to see you again. What further evidence did you present in the courtroom today?
Thank you for having me. Well, moments ago, hundreds of family members have just left federal court in southern Manhattan, literally steps from ground zero. This is the first time that hundreds of family members have heard the entire body of evidence that our lawyers, our former FBI officials, and former intelligence officials have amassed over the last 23 years. So this was an incredible day for justice, an incredible day for the families. And we learned today, for the first time ever, that Omar al-Bayoumi was working with over 20 Saudi government officials, two of which were senior Saudi government officials working for the Ministry of Islamic Affairs that sat two steps down from Prince Bandar Bush, the infamous Bandar, smoking the cigar and drinking the cognac on September 12th with Bush. These two individuals worked in the Saudi embassy. They were receiving reports from FBI-confirmed agent Omar al-Bayoumi, and there was multiple points of contact. The families heard that today, and it was just an overwhelming sense of we got it right. This day was a monumental day, and we cannot wait for the judge to make a decision on this, because there's no way that he can deny what he heard today.
Well, I was going to ask you, how do you think the judge reacted to the new evidence that was presented?
Anything short of a victory for us would raise suspicions that there's something bigger going on here. You cannot leave court today and walk away saying that there wasn't any way that the Saudi government or elements within the government, rather, were involved. And what I heard today in court, it's very funny, because on the opening line, we always talk about the 9/11 Commission. The 9/11 Commission, what we heard in 2004, that the 9/11 Commission exonerated the kingdom. The only thing I heard today from the kingdom attorneys was 9/11 Commission, 9/11 Commission, 9/11 Commission. It's what they continually default to. We listened to 7 hours of testimony that cited tens of thousands of documents presented by our team that all happened subsequent to the 9/11 Commission.
So were they just citing the 9/11 Commission to get the case dismissed, or did they present anything else to the judge?
They argued technicalities and merits of the law JASTA. They're not arguing the merits. They're not arguing the facts. They're arguing whether or not our law JASTA applies. So they have no answer for why Bayoumi is filming the Capitol. They have no answer for why Bayoumi is hosting the hijackers in his apartment. They have no answer for why Bayoumi is surrounding himself with 30 Saudi government officials.
Did they acknowledge the video at all?
They did acknowledge the video, and they call it a tourist video. Now, you and I both know they're still in court. They're calling this a tourist video. Now, you and I both know we've probably been on vacations, right? We've taken videos. When's the last time you said, my esteemed brothers and sisters, I am reporting to you live from Washington, D.C. The time is 6:02 p.m. I don't know what that building is over there, but let me report back to you later. He films structural supports of these buildings. He forms entries and exit ways. He refers to the senators working in the building as demons of the Western democracy.
Just moments ago, there's a report in the New York Times. It said a landmark deal has been reached where the man accused of plotting the 9/11 attacks, two of his accomplices, they're all currently being held in Guantanamo Bay, will plead guilty to conspiracy and serve a life sentence. Has your organization, have other family members heard about this deal? Again, this just broke a few minutes ago here in the newsroom.
This is news to us. We knew that President Biden at one point was attempting to offer plea deals to these individuals in exchange for the death penalty. We were strongly against any sort of deal that didn't involve us having access to these individuals. What we're worried about is that plea deals continue, this sort of kangaroo court, this sort of backdoor happenings where these deals get done and people are slapped on the back and swept under the rug without us having the ability to talk to them. So we would support a deal. I take no position on whether they should have life in prison or the death penalty. That's above my pay grade. But if you're going to give them a deal, and if you're going to, we need their evidence. We need to know what they know. So that's our position.
Brett, you've expressed frustration with both President Biden and former President Trump. You said they've not done enough. We are 97 days before an election. What would you like to see before that?
Well, I want to see both candidates for office come out publicly and support us. The silence from the Trump campaign is deafening. He knows what these documents say. And quite frankly, the silence from the Harris campaign is deafening. We need these two candidates to stand with Americans. What side are you on? Are you with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, who's standing in trial today accused of mass murder, or are you with the 9/11 families? This is a bipartisan issue. Right. There's not an issue today in Washington that both sides couldn't agree more on. We deserve and demand justice and closure 23 years later. Why can't we have a candidate that stands for that?
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.